Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sunday Storytime. My name is Margo, and if you could not tell by the title of the storytime and my otter suit, today's storytime is all about otters. I almost forgot to wear my otter suit for storytime, which would have been a tragedy because why not be an otter when you have the chance to be? It's very fun. It's got a cute little hood. And we are going to start off today with our first book, which is called Am Otter. Both the words and the pictures are by Sam Garton, so he's the author and illustrator, which means he wrote the words and he drew all the pictures in this book. So we are starting out with our otter themed story time with I Am Otter by Sam Garton. Hi, I'm Otter. Nobody really knows where I came from. Otter Keeper says that he found me in a box on his doorstep one day. He says back then when I was very he says back then I was very small. I'm still quite small, so I must have been really tiny. I wish I'd made the most of being that little. At first, I was a little scared of Otter Keeper, but luckily Teddy had just come to live with Otter Keeper too. Now, I love Otter Keeper and Teddy very much. We have so much fun together, you wouldn't believe it. Look at all the fun they have together. They're drawing pictures, they're riding in a little car. I had one of these growing up, or at least my siblings did, especially on weekends. Now, how do you think Otter Keeper is feeling in this picture? What do you think they feel like? Do they feel tired? I think they feel very tired. But every Monday we get bad news. Otter Keeper will be going back to work. I do all sorts of things to prevent Otter Keeper from leaving, like trying to stop Monday from happening altogether, or hiding his lunch where he'll never find it. Right in Otter. But my plans never work. Teddy and I think it is very unfair that we don't have jobs. So one day we decided to start our own business, a toast restaurant. I would love a toast restaurant. I am a big fan of toast myself. I had toast for breakfast. After some basic training, this is the perfect way to make toast, and according to Otter, this is the wrong way. I think anybody can eat toast any way they'd like. We opened for business. Right away, though, we ran into problems. First, Teddy had forgotten to take the reservations. Next, Teddy hadn't told anyone how much the toast would cost. As a result, no one brought any spending money, which led to some embarrassing situations. So the toast, spelled Tost, it costs 20 cents, and cherry is 30 cents, and this pig and this robot here didn't bring any money with them. Finally, Teddy got several of the toast orders wrong. Some of the customers complained and had to be asked to leave the restaurant. That was the last straw. So Teddy was fired, and I gave his job to Giraffe. But even with a new chef, the restaurant still had big problems. See how the chef's hat doesn't quite fit Giraffe? I think that is extremely silly. Uh-oh. How do you think Otter Keeper will feel when he comes home and sees the kitchen like this? But the biggest problem of all, Otter Keeper had just come home. Everyone had to hide. Luckily, otters are very good at hiding. Unluckily, otter keepers are very good at finding otters. The toast restaurant was shut down, and things had to be cleaned up, and everyone was sent home. I tried to explain to Otter Keeper that this had all been Teddy's fault. But wait, where was Teddy? I had been so mean to Teddy that he'd probably run away to start a new toast restaurant with somebody else. At bedtime, Teddy still hadn't turned up, and I couldn't sleep. This was an emergency. How do you at home feel when you are about to go to sleep and you can't find your favorite stuffed animal? I think I would be very sad. Luckily, in an emergency, you were allowed to wake up Otter Keeper, and the search began. After hunting almost all night, we were running out of places to look. Then all of a sudden, I had a clever thought. Looking in the toy box, he finds Teddy! Now everything is normal again. Otter Keeper still goes to work, but I don't mind as much because I have my best friend back. And now when things go wrong, I understand they're not actually Teddy's fault at all. They're Giraffe's fault. The end. That was I Am Otter by Sam Garton. Now we are going to sing a song together. Our first song of the day is called Slippery Fish. I'm going to copy and paste the words into the comment section so friends at home can follow along. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, I apologize, they will not be in the comment section on YouTube. This is just for the Facebook Live. So this song is called Slippery Fish. I need everybody at home to start by putting their hands together like this, and we're going to pretend our hands are little fish. Slippery fish, sliding through the water. Slippery fish, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no! It's been eaten by octopus, squiggling in the water. Octopus, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no! It's been eaten by a tuna fish, flashing in the water. Tuna fish, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no! It's been eaten by a great white shark, lurking in the water. Great white shark, gulp, gulp, gulp. Oh no! It's been eaten by an orca whale, spouting in the water. An orca whale, gulp, gulp, burp. All right, so our next book today is based on a true story. This is called Pup 681, a sea otter rescue story, and it is a fictionalized version of what happens to real otter pups in real life, or what can happen when they are orphaned, which means that they don't have another otter to take care of them. When the moon slipped under the mist and the sun began to burn through, a tiny one opened her eyes. She lay wrapped snugly in the sea kelp on the sandy shore. Grr. Her stomach stirred. Brr. Her shoulders shivered. Meh. Not even the sun could chase away her chill. Her cry rose above the roar of the surf. Would the sun leave her too? A huge empty space grew in her tiny, tiny heart. A space that maybe once held something or someone. I know this story begins really sad, but don't worry, friends. Stick with me and it will get a lot happier. A pup. Friendly eyes twinkled from under a cap. Large, gentle hands lifted her tenderly and bundled her up tight. Hello there, little one. You're Pup 681. Pup 681? Who, me? She wondered. Oh, and for the purpose of this story, baby otters are called pups. She wondered while she traveled far to a place with purple kelp and clear salt pools and tall, tall grass that looked out on endless water. There she was warmed and fluffed and fed. There she discovered that she was not a fish, or a fox, or a falcon, but an otter. Sea otter pup number 681. 681 was a very big number for a very small otter. The pup knew she must have a family out there in that endless water, so she tucked a treasure safely away in her pocket for the day that she found them. Weeks passed by, and the playful pup kept busy. Dive and glide, slip and slide, seek and hide, towel dried, very busy. So busy that sometimes, right in the middle of it all, she dozed and dreamed of her family, dreaming of her. Pup 681, that big, big number reminded her of that big empty space in her tiny otter heart. One day, when the sky turned gray and the endless waters blackened, the mist returned, and so did the stirring and the shivering. The pup felt like she was back on the lonely sand beach, with no blanket of purple kelp could make it right. The pup was wrapped. Hang on, and warmed. Hang on there, and fed. Hang on, little pup, night and day, day and night. It seemed that both the sun and the moon had left her once and for all, until suddenly she began to feel the rhythm of the surf rocking her, so gently rocking her. Hey there! And the mist began to lift. Hey there, little pup! And she gazed into the tired, twinkling eyes in the shadow of a cap. That's it. She soaked in a smile like sunshine breaking through. That's it, little friend. That's it, she thought. And warmth filled her full, so very full, even filling the empty space in her heart. She perked, and she poked, and she pulled out a treasure, and she dropped it into those huge, gentle hands. Because sometimes a family is hundreds, and sometimes it is one. Someone with enough love to fill an ocean, someone who loves you to the moon and back. I really like that story because it shows that families can look like anything and that sometimes you just need somebody who loves you very much. Here's some fun sea otter facts that are in the back of the book. So, sea otters, like you see on my little otter suit, have a pocket of loose skin under their legs where they store food, toys, and even their favorite rocks, which they can use as tools to open up clams. Which is why I think my little pocket has a clam in it, which I think is very fun. Now we are going to have a special guest come and sing a song with us. Our special guest is my friend and yours. Actually, I don't think I've ever introduced this friend to you on you friends at Sunday Storytime yet. This is my friend Meatball the Ferret. Hello, everybody. My name is Meatball. I'm a ferret here with all of you today at Ferret Storytime. Oh no, Meatball. Meatball? Huh? This is Otter Storytime. This isn't Ferret Storytime. What? Do you hear this? Well, it could kind of be Ferret Storytime. Did you know that ferrets and otters are related? Tell me more. So, ferrets and otters are both a kind of animal called a mustelid, and it's a big family of animals that includes ferrets, like my friend Meatball here. I hope I'm your friend. You're my friend Meatball. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being with me, being here with me at Storytime today. It also includes skunks and badgers and otters and weasels and stoats and all sorts of things. So those are all called mustelids. Wow, you learn something new every day. Well, Meatball, do you want to sing a song with me? Of course I do. I love singing songs. All right, friends. So our next song, I'm going to set Meatball down for a second, is Did You Ever See a Fishy? I'm going to copy and paste that information in the chat. And Meatball and I are going to sing it together. All right, you ready, Meatball? I mean, I was born ready. Well, Meatball, let's go. All right. Do you want to dance with me? Did you ever see a fishy, a fishy, a fishy? Did you ever see a fishy swim this way and that? Swim this way and that way and this way and that way. Did you ever see a fishy swim this way and that? Thank you so much, Meatball. You did a fantastic job. Can you say goodbye to our friends? Goodbye to our friends. What? All right, now that that's over, we are going to read one last book together today. It is called Stop Snoring, Bernard. And it is about this little otter named Bernard. And let's get started. Bernard loved living at the zoo. He loved mealtime, playtime, and best of all, nap time. But there was one little problem. Bernard snored loudly. Snore. One afternoon at nap time, Grumpy Giles had had enough. Snore somewhere else, Bernard, he said. You can tell he's grumpy because he's got his angry eyebrows. What faces do you at home make when you're grumpy? When I'm grumpy, I look like this. Can everybody at home make a grumpy face with me? Thank you. That was very fun. Snore. Bernard tried sleeping in a lake, but that didn't work. Stop snoring, Bernard. He tried sleeping in a fountain, but that didn't work either. Snore. Stop snoring, Bernard. He even tried sleeping in a puddle, but that really didn't work. Snore. Stop snoring, Bernard. Oh. How do you think Bernard is feeling right here in this photo? Do you think Bernard is feeling sad? I think I would feel sad too. And sleepy. Bernard was sad and lonely. He found a tucked away place and curled up by himself and drifted off to sleep. Snore, snore, snore. The other otters missed Bernard. They searched for him all through the night. Bernard! 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 How do you think Grumpy Giles is feeling now that Bernard is gone? Do you think Giles is feeling sad? I think I would feel sad too. The next morning, sorry, I got something in my throat. The next morning, Bernard woke up and saw hundreds of bats on the ceiling. Excuse me, he said. How did you sleep with all of my snoring? We didn't, replied a bat. We were out all night and now we're trying to sleep, so please don't snore here. Bernard felt terrible. There wasn't any place he could sleep without bothering somebody. He trudged toward the zoo gate, but then he heard something. All right, how do you think Bernard is feeling in this photo? Sad? I think I'd be pretty sad too, and very tired. It was the other otters. We couldn't sleep without you, said Grumpy Giles. And I'm sorry, I yelled. Please come back. And from that day on, everyone napped happily. Well, almost everyone. Good night, Bernard. The end. I forgot to say who this book was written by. So this book is written and illustrated by Zachariah O'Hora. My apologies. It's kind of tricky text to read. Before we go, I'm going to talk to you about the craft for this week. If you go to the Lawrence Public Library to the Children's Department at the Reader's Theater, you can get this very cute, very fun otter puppet. You have an otter parent for grown up, and then an otter pup. You have a bunch of starfish you can decorate your otter friend with. I thought this was a very fun craft. I liked coloring mine and putting it together. So you can get one of your very own. I have a book recommendation for you at home who might be looking for books to read with your kiddos. If you have a kiddo who's just getting ready to read, but they're not quite there yet, I would recommend Peak Otter, which is by Shira Evans. It's an easy reader. And this is a great book to start reading with your kiddos who are looking to start reading themselves. It has facts about otters, and it shows pictures of grown-up otters. And it also has a picture of an otter pup that I thought was just so cute. I had to show everybody. This is an otter pup right here. That's what they look like in real life. So cute and soft. I wish I could hug and hold one, but I don't think they would like that very much. At the end, it has a picture of an otter and their pup, and it talks about the different ways that human grown-ups help human kiddos, and how to talk to your kiddos about teaching your I don't know what I'm talking about. Teaching each other new things. I thought this was just a really fun, nifty book. Anywho, thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry for my brain falling out of my head at the very end. I appreciate you being here. I will see y'all next week. Goodbye, everybody.